What's up, guys? Doing another Think, Learn, and Be Vulnerable vlog. And today I want to talk about football, toxic masculinity, and how new ideas have changed the ideas and lessons that I've gained from football. Um, so, full disclosure, I played football for 4 years in high school. I coached for about 6 years after high school. Avid football fan. I follow the game a lot. Still sometimes watch sports. Kind of been giving it up. Gave it up for the most part. Did watch the playoffs, but for the most part, I've pretty much given up on it. And the thing is that a lot of the things that I was taught in football, they're not they're not lessons I should really want to hold on to anymore. There's a lot of good stuff. Teamwork, very important. Try as hard as you can. Great idea. If you're going to make a mistake, make it full speed. I believe in that. That applies to a lot of situations. You know, um, understanding how to attack the weakness of things. Sometimes that's necessary. How to defend yourself. How to use weight and leverage, and how to pinpoint, put your head on the ball, for instance, or how to pinpoint plans of attack. These are all like, never give up. Keep trying. If you work hard, you can beat people that seem insurmountable. If you work as a team, you can achieve anything. Like, these are all good things. But like being a man, a man is the one who hits the hardest. Ugh. These don't work anymore. Like, the definition of what it means to be a man: be unfeeling, trample your opponents, see them as inhuman. These things don't work anymore. These things are toxic. And I think we need to realize now that a lot of the things that football has taught us don't apply anymore. Don't show affection for your opponent. Don't show respect to your opponents or to your friends. Don't be affectionate to your friends. Real men don't do that. We hide our feelings. We keep them inside. Well, I think that's caused a lot of people from my generation to be unfeeling. And it's caused a lot of mental stress and a lot of breakdowns in mental health. Especially now, in a pandemic, we need affection so badly, and we're not getting it. And quite honestly, this toxic football masculine culture is holding us back. It's holding us back as men. We can do better. We can do better. We can love each other. We can hold each other. We can feel each other. And it needs to be okay. And we need to allow it to be okay. And we got to stop our definition of manliness to be defined by a lack of caring. You can be strong and you can be tough, but you can also be sympathetic and be empathetic and stand up for the downtrodden and for the vulnerable, and stand up for the people that have it way harder than us. Like, those are the things that football should be teaching us. To work together to make something better. And that is there. But it gets drowned out by all this macho, manly bullshit. Real men, they are self-confident. They understand themselves through and through. And they're not ashamed or afraid to be who they are. And they're not ashamed or afraid to show love and show affection, because They understand that's where the real strength is. I still struggle with it. And while I appreciate all the things that football has given me, it's time for me to get rid of all the stuff that football has taken from me, the bad lessons that football has instilled in me. So, think learn to be vulnerable. Well, I think we need to think about what our institutions are teaching us about ourselves. We need to think about what are the role models, and not just individual role models, but what do the institutions' role models are creating, right? Like, what do the role models that football creates? What are they like? Who should we be emulating and why? And we need to learn to adjust. We need to learn to say that, okay, you know what? Maybe the lessons that we were teaching before and that we were lionizing before shouldn't be that way. In terms of vulnerability, yeah, we got to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, why are we still venerating these things that are just churning out really pent up angry men? Why do we keep saying this is what a man is when it's turning men into really angry, twisted, angsty people? Most of us just want to love and live and be held and feel warm and safe. Men and women too. And we're not allowing ourselves to do that. And we need to be able to admit that that's what we really need. And that we're not less of a man because we admit that we need to be loved and we need to feel love and we need to cry and we need to feel our emotions sometimes. We got to be able to say, you are not only not weak for doing that, you are actually strong for doing that. You are a man. A real man expresses himself and his emotions. A real man lives within his soul and within his moral compass as fully as he possibly can be. A real man does not tear others down and disrespects others. He lifts them up. Real men do unto others because it's right. And they do the right things onto others because it's the best thing for them. And it's the healthiest thing for them. If you can't truly take pride and joy in what you're doing and in your definitions of manhood, then maybe it's time to change them.